is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY. There has been quite a bit going on in the past month and a half. Well, past couple of years, I guess. But there's been a lot of things that have had to be either canceled or pushed off to later dates in the arts realm, and this is true for a lot of live in-person events. And I am here joined once again by Sheila Walk. How you doing, Sheila?
Good afternoon, Kevin. I am well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. When I was taking some vacation time. I actually saw you in the store, and we
Yes,
briefly caught up a little bit. But
we did, and we talked about the state of the arts in Springfield. So even when we're off work doing something mundane, we're kind of still there.
we still got it on our minds and still
Yes.
involved.
Yes.
It's what we do. We love the arts.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, first night was not able to go on, which was unfortunate. But
Yes.
it is
Yes.
a precaution.
I work so hard to create win-win scenarios, and the winner in this case was public health. The infection rates and the hospitalizations regarding COVID were just setting records every day. And it wasn't until December 1st that the Springfield Area Arts Council Board felt secure enough to have an in-person event. So I put it together, and I was really pleased with the lineup and the plans that we'd made. But on December 29th, the board, and I think rightly, decided that part of being involved in the community is being involved in their health. And so we canceled it. There was a flurry of phone calls to all those performers. We went ahead and paid everyone we had contracted with because it just seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And and now sort of on the upside is I have a lot of plans in place for next year's First Night Springfield. And this is the first time in 35 years that this event has not entertained the crowds in downtown Springfield. And that is a remarkable record. It's the longest running first night in Illinois and pretty much in the Midwest. And so, we have to remember that wonder while we are sad about losing it in 2021. We plan to come back in 2022. And so for the performers, it was a chance they didn't get to perform. We always have hundreds of kids come in and do some arts and crafts in the afternoon. And so I don't know what they ended up doing on the 31st in the afternoon. I hope something constructive and artistic. For the Arts Council itself, it's the biggest fundraiser of the year. And so my executive director hat firmly placed makes me worry a little bit because costs for us go up just like for every household and business. But I think with a good board, we'll be okay. And for the Hoagland Center for the Arts, which is our primary host venue for First Night on New Year's Eve, it's a chance for them to showcase their building. And it's probably the most crowded. They get hundreds of people here in normal years every time there's a show. But this is when we use every venue in the place. We even turn the dining room into a performance space.
Yeah.
So lots of sadness, but no regret. And the public was supportive. Actually, in that round of calls to the performers, the media heard that we were canceling before I'd even issued the press release. So good for you all to be paying attention, to have those kinds of sources.
Yeah.
And the media did a good job of spreading the word, and we put up signs, and I stood at the door of the Hoagland in the afternoon just to make sure everybody had gotten the message. And again, there were phone calls from our members and from other people who said, we know it was tough, but it was right. And I just really felt the community part of First Night Springfield without having the event.
Right. And that is so important. And I think there was that sentiment of, this is an
Hmm.
extremely tough thing to have to call,
Yeah.
but it was, the hospitals were filling up and the case numbers were going, and it was, there really was just a tough
Yeah.
situation there. But
We have to protect
yeah,
performers too, and that's our responsibility. And so, yeah, I think it was the right thing. But we're one of scores of organizations in this community alone that continue to feel the impact of this pandemic.
yeah, yeah. But like you said, big things coming up for the next first night this coming year,
Yeah.
and before that happens, there is still quite a few things that are on your guys' plate coming up the next couple of
Yes.
months, and all
I
sorts of
need to make a
plans.
list.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. Oh, my pet program of the year is Poetry Out Loud.
Yes. Very
It
good.
is
Yeah.
it is a recitation contest for high school students. The national contest will be virtual this year, and to that national contest remains the attached first place prize of $20,000 for some high schooler talented and wise enough. The state contest, Illinois Arts Council agency manages that, and they declared that it should be virtual again in the name of public safety. And then I canvassed the teachers who had signed up their schools for the Central Illinois Regional Contest, and all but one said, let's try live. So February 10th, less than a month from now, I will be bringing in at least a dozen high school students to recite two classic or contemporary poems from an online anthology of well over 1,000 selections. We put some conditions in place, some protocols, a lot of safe distancing and masking and sanitizing, et cetera, et cetera. And I think we can do it safely. And the students are so eager to be with other poetry lovers and to celebrate the art of recitation. I didn't get to see them in person last year, and
Yeah.
I've missed it too. And so I'm really eager to have them back. I hope it works. We all know that if COVID takes another bad turn, then we'll pivot once more to virtual. And luckily I have a crew that can make that happen. So
Yeah.
Poetry Out Loud is going on. Something I talked to you about in a previous meeting is this Community Foundation for the Land of Lincoln program
Mhm.
called Back to the Music. And I have about $1,000 left in that pile of money. So if two or three local musicians are hearing this, Sangamon, Menard counties, and you're booking gigs, you feel safe doing that, just call me up and I'll walk you through this pretty easy process so I can spend out that last $1,000. My phone number is 217-753-3519, Springfield Area Arts Council. So I want to get that spent, burning a hole in my pocket, as my dad would say. We did spend some money. Community Arts Access
Yeah.
is a state-funded program that the Arts Council here applies for, and then we give away however much we get. So not only did we have money to give away from that grant statewide, but also an anonymous donor stepped in and said, we like this. We're going to throw a few $100s in the pot so you can give away more money. And so, if it's all right with you, Kevin, I'll just run through the list of the dozen or so local organizations that receive those and what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Excuse me. Garvey Tubman Cultural Arts Center will use the money to provide music lessons for students who otherwise might not be able to afford them. The Hoagland Center for the Arts, this will help with the production cost of Disney's Descendants.
Hmm.
Illinois State Museum Society will be able to hire a curator for an exhibition entitled Noir, Noir. The James Weldon Johnson Study Guild. Now, James Weldon Johnson wrote Lift Every Voice and Sing, an anthem. And so they're going to put together a writing contest, and that this will enable them to take care of some of the structural costs of that. The Land of Lincoln Barbershop Chorus will be having a concert linking barbershop and country music.
Hmm.
Menard County Singers, they're going to use it for performance space rental. The Pharmacy Gallery has a young artist mentorship program, so this will help with the expenses of that. Scholastic Art Awards will fund classes for honors art students throughout Central Illinois. Senior Services of Central Illinois will put together acrylic arts classes for senior citizens. The Springfield International Folk Dancers need some rent money for their rehearsal space. The Springfield Urban League will run an after-school art academy.
All right.
Theater in the Park will be able to pay performers to do pre-shows before their summer season at New
Nice.
Salem. And Voices of Love, Peace, and Joy will have a music scholarship concert. So, 13 organizations, visual and performing arts, reaching all age groups. And there was a panel of decision makers who sat down twice to say, well, this is how much money we have, and here's the criteria from the state funder. Here's what we can do with it. And wow, it's fun to give away
Yeah.
money, but it's not really as easy as it seems.
No, but that's such a wonderful thing you guys are doing for all those different organizations, all sorts of different involved with the arts, but so
Yeah.
many things that they're all doing.
I know. And it doesn't pay the entire cost perhaps, but it certainly helps.
Oh yeah.
$1,000 here and there, it can make a difference. And that's called community arts access, to give the
Wonderful.
community more access to the arts. That's
That's
what it is.
that's wonderful. Well, that
Yeah.
is great. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And in the mix of all that, I'm soon going to start booking bands for Levitt Amp Springfield.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
Very good.
yes. We have funding, as I announced again with you some time ago, and a committee met to decide which genres to feature and began ferreting out bands that would be good for Springfield and area audiences. So I'm gonna try to get those booked by this time next month.
Very good.
Yeah, I
Well, I
know.
can't wait because that was always so much fun. We were out there like every single week basically. Out there and at the that's when I was seeing you like almost every other
I
day pretty
know.
much
I know,
out
I
there.
know.
Yeah.
And um and it's again going to be on the North Mansion Block / Old Y Block in downtown Springfield, Jackson Street between 4th and 5th. Again, it will be free. Again, it will be family friendly, and it will be summer.
Yes, it will. Be a lot of fun out there, out in the open air. You know, all the places you can get your food and sit down and eat, and just hang out with friends and family and enjoy some live music outside. Always a good time to live at Amp.
Mhm.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
there's all that.
Yeah. What about you, Kevin? You've occasionally been in some productions.
I have, yeah. We're currently rehearsing for the Miscast Cabaret (STC),
Oh, cool.
um, which was going to open
I know.
tomorrow, but we moved it back to May. So
Mhm.
we're spacing the rehearsals out for that. But then also STC's Gem of the Ocean is next month as well.
Yes,
You know.
those have been in rehearsal. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
happy. I'll be happy to see both those.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the
good.
murder mystery auditions are Saturday morning
This
as
coming
well.
Saturday for the theater
Yes.
center,
Hmm.
and information online, or people just show up, or
Yes, it's the event page is on Facebook, but there's also audition sign up information on STC's website. And you'll see me there because I'm one of the producers on the show. So I'll be there. Thank
congratulations.
you. Yeah, show's written and directed by Courtney Wick. She's hilarious and such a great writer.
Oh,
So
yes.
yes,
She was once board president for the Arts Council.
nice,
Yes,
very good.
yes, talented, diverse performer. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Ah, goodness, we're looking for board members since I brought that up. Thank you,
yeah,
Courtney. Yes, um, we are looking for some board members for the arts councils to help us make sure that we're running a tight financial ship, as they say, and to make decisions about programming and events and fundraising this year. Without first night, we're really going to have to bear down on that, I think.
mm-hmm. All
Mhm.
right,
So again, just call me.
okay,
217-753-3519. If your listeners are looking for a way to enter community service in sort of a low stress way, but having much impact. Serving on a board is a great way to do that.
yes.
And the Arts Council board certainly is where I would encourage them to take a seat.
Oh, absolutely. They would be like you said, making a real difference in the community. And so you guys have her number. We'll link your number as well in the
Thank you.
in the article and give her a call and you know for that or something else we may have mentioned, of course, but for
Yeah,
sure.
all good.
All right,
Mhm.
Sheila, it was wonderful catching back up with you again, all the different things that are going on in the arts community. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you pretty soon or talking to you pretty soon.
Oh, I hope so. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for sharing your audience with me and for these minutes.
You are
Happy New Year,
absolutely welcome.
everybody.
Happy New Year. Let's talk arts and entertainment on WMAY.